Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jessica from myhomeschoolwithaview.com. Today we're going to do a little coffee chat. So go ahead and pour yourself a cup of coffee. I have mine in my all natural homeschool organic classroom free mug. You can get those on my website. I will link in the description below, and we will get started. All right, so this is the first coffee chat I've ever done, and this is like my fifth take. So I'm finding this coffee chat to be really challenging. I wrote a blog post, a coffee chat blog post back in October. It's up on the blog. I can link to it below. But it's really hard to have a conversation that's just one-sided and I'm just talking to my camera. And but I want to do this because sometimes like we don't want to deal with the heavy homeschool content, and I know that stuff can be helpful, but but sometimes it can just be boring. And especially this time of year, I want to, be enjoying the season and having fun and not dealing with necessarily homeschool topics. So I will try to get this coffee chat done. So some of the things I thought, about talking about like books I'm reading, and I've also started Trim Healthy Mom. I started it like right after Labor Day, so just a few months ago, and I can talk a little bit about that. But I think I want to start off by talking about just having a teenager. So we all know that it's a challenge, and I am not talking about attitudes or teenage rebellion or anything like that, because he is a really good kid. But it's just a challenge for me for him to have so many activities. Like I am counting down the days until he can drive, and it is like 3 years away, actually more like 2.5 now. But I cannot wait till he can drive himself to all of his activities. He is such a social kid, and his personality type is like he's just going to jump in and get involved. He is nothing like his mother. It takes me a while to warm up to situations, and I'm more of an introvert. He is an extrovert, and he's just like, well, if there's an opportunity, I'm just going to jump in. And it's the great thing about my oldest Carter is that he is not afraid to be bad at something. So he's not afraid to just jump in and do it, even if he doesn't know like what to do. And so he's completely opposite of me, but it creates this challenge of a busyness that I don't know if I was quite ready for it. We sort of went through the preteen years during, that illness thing when there weren't a lot of activities and everything was shut down. And so I feel like we just sort of like, when things opened up again, we just sort of got tossed right into the fray. And so things got a little bit crazy there. And then he also just got braces. I guess that's another teenage rite of passage. I never had braces. So I guess good genetics, but my children definitely did not get their teeth genes, I guess, from me. And so they're both going to need braces, but our oldest just got his braces put on. And I don't know, maybe it's just because I never had them, but I find it so stressful. Like I'm constantly monitoring, like, are these clean enough? Like you're not putting stuff in your mouth, right? No, you can't eat that. And I don't know, like it is stressing me out. And I know that they are just braces. They're expensive, but they're just braces. But still, I'm still like, yeah, I don't know. It kind of stresses me out a little bit. So if you guys have any tips, like who have been there, done that with their teenagers and braces, or even just all the activities, all the things, I would love to get tips from you guys, because I am new to this whole teenage parenting thing. But I will say I have a fun story to tell you. So my teenager is, very technologically savvy. And I feel like I have gotten to that place in life where I am old when it comes to technology, and I have to rely on my kids to tell me how to do stuff. And so thankfully he is very tech savvy. And so I have to tell you guys a story because it'll kind of make me look like a moron, but that's okay. So I joined Sam's Club recently. I've always done Costco. I love Costco. And I've joined Sam's, maybe once every few years. There's not a lot there that I like. There's a few products, but basically there was a Groupon. And so I went ahead and joined because it basically made the membership free. And so I went there one night and I had my kids with me. Now, their technology is way better than Costco. I don't like their products as much, but their technology is top notch. So I could use the app, and I didn't even have to go through the checkout line. I just, scan the stuff in my cart, and exit the store, and it was like awesome. And so I decided when I was there, I'm like, oh, my gas tank is under a quarter tank, and I'm kind of neurotic about that. I don't let my gas tank get below a quarter of a tank. So I decided, to go ahead and pump gas there. Well, I never bothered to get a physical Costco card because I have the app. And so I went to the gas pump, and it had this QR code, and it was like saying scan your app. And so I'm trying to figure out where on the machine is a scanner. So at Costco, I take my card out and I just tap it. I've got the tap card thingy. And so I just tap it, and it does the whole membership card, everything. So I'm like opening up the app on my phone and trying to figure out how to scan from my app onto the pump. The pump has no scanner, and I'm like I spent probably a good 5 minutes trying to figure this out. Finally, I gave up and got back in my car, and I was just gonna leave. I was like, whatever. And so my son, Carter, he's like, it was sort of a, oh, duh, mom kind of moment. He's like, mom, that QR code on the screen, you need to open up your camera and scan that code. I'm like, yeah, that's like a total facepalm moment. So yeah, I was looking for a QR code on my phone, on my app, and trying to find the scanner on the pump, and it was the other way around. I had to open the app and scan it, and then it connected to the pump. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have probably all done it before, and you're probably rolling your eyes at me right now. But anyways, so that makes me really thankful. That experience made me really thankful to have a tech-savvy teenager. And speaking of the fact that he is tech-savvy, he told me that if I was going to talk about him today, I need to talk about how he published his first video game. I am not tech savvy. I know nothing about this, but I will link to his game down in the description box. I think it is called The Year 3000. It's some sort of adventure strategy. I don't know, some kind of game. Like I said, I'm not into all that, but he figured out how to, code it, build it, publish it, all that good stuff. So I'll link to that below if you guys want to check out Carter's game. I'm sure he would really, really appreciate that. Okay, so then what else do I have to talk about today? Oh, so I started Trim Healthy Mama back in, well, it was like the day after Labor Day, or the week after Labor Day, because we went camping Labor Day weekend. And so I remember having like a sugary coffee. I had already resolved at that point that I was going to do it. And mainly I kind of sort of felt like I was at a place in my life where my weight was my weight. And I mean, I've never been super overweight, so it's not like that was a big motivator for me, but it was more health, and inflammation, and just trying to find something that I could stick with and that just works for me as a lifestyle. And so I'm really, really, really loving doing Trim Healthy Mama. They don't sponsor me. Actually, they turned me down as an affiliate. But I really love the program. So if you guys are looking for, a way of eating more healthfully and reducing inflammation, I highly recommend looking into it. I have lost weight. I've lost like somewhere between 12 and 15 pounds. My doorbell is ringing, but that's okay. So I wasn't really, like I said, doing it for weight loss. And so, it's somewhere around there. And I'm going to go check my door. Pause. Oh, it's still recording. Shoot, I never stopped it. Okay, I am back, and I was actually recording that whole time without even knowing it. So sorry, my camera is bouncing. My tripod's not very stable. So speaking of Trim Healthy Mama, one of the things that you don't have on Trim Healthy Mama is sugar. And so I've actually done really well. I feel really good and haven't been craving the sugar. Once it's out of your system, it works pretty well. But one thing I missed, sorry, out of breath. I got a package. That's what was the doorbell ring. And so I am pretty excited about the package. So it does have to do with Trim Healthy Mama. Let me get back to that. So you don't eat sugar. So the only thing I really miss is being able to like have a really yummy like latte, especially this time of year. So I discovered these little syrups. So we're going to have like a spontaneous unboxing because this literally was just delivered. That was the doorbell that you guys heard. So I'm super excited about these. These are from Monin or Monin, however you want to say it. But these are 0 calorie. They're all natural and they're stevia sweetened. So they're perfectly on plan. So if you're doing keto or Trim Healthy Mama, these are awesome. I'm a little sad that they were sold out of the peppermint because I really want to figure out how to make a peppermint mocha that tastes just like Starbucks. So if you guys have a recipe for like a keto friendly, Trim Healthy Mama friendly peppermint mocha, and I want it to taste like Starbucks. Like I said, I've tried like other coffee houses like Dutch Brothers and stuff, and nobody has a peppermint mocha that tastes like Starbucks. So if you guys have a recipe for me, let me know. And like I said, unfortunately, they did not. They were sold out of the peppermint syrup, but I got the hazelnut, and I got pumpkin spice. This is the first year I have not had a single pumpkin spice latte all fall, and now it's December, but I'm still going to enjoy some pumpkin spice. And then I also got a chocolate one. So I figured I could try adding some peppermint to this to try to make a peppermint mocha. So we'll see. And then they sent me a little bonus. And this is a caramel syrup. Now this is their regular full of sugar one, but my husband or my kids will drink it. So it's kind of a nice little bonus. I love that they come in glass bottles and not plastic. Yeah, so that's exciting for me. I get to make a latte. I'll probably do that as soon as I'm done with this coffee chat video. I'll make more coffee. All right, I have notes because if you've seen my other videos, I cannot keep track of what I'm talking about without notes. Yeah, so that's, kind of been my Trim Healthy Mama adventure. It's been fun. I've lost, like I said, somewhere between like, I think 12 to 15 pounds on it. Got a little off track at Thanksgiving, but who doesn't? So, but that's okay. I actually paid for it. My fingers were swollen and I had a lot of inflammation and stuff. So now I'm feeling better, getting back on track, and I probably will not cheat that bad at Christmas time because I'm sort of regretting it. All right, and then another thing I wanted to talk about is books I'm reading, and I want to hear about what books you're reading. I'm always looking for more books, more good books that I can read and read to my kids and stuff. So I would love to hear what you guys are reading in the comments. So right now I'm reading Atomic Habits for my book club. If you guys don't, or if you're not part of a mom's book club, I highly encourage it, or even just starting one. I love it. It is my mom time. And my friend who hosts it, she is like the perfect hostess, and she serves us all yummy goodies and coffee, and we love getting together and just discussing the book and other things. Like the book is only a small part of actually what we discuss. We meet once a month, and I mean, usually we go from like 6:30 a lot of times till 10:30 at night. It's good fellowship, it's good fun just to get together as moms, and we're all on the same page reading the same book. So right now we're reading Atomic Habits, and that has been really good. I have said for a while, that goals, I hate goals. I hate setting goals. And I always have. And people would ask me, what are your goals for the future? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what the future is going to hold. Why set goals? And so the premise of Atomic Habits is sort of like, the author's feelings about goals are pretty much the same that I have always felt about goals. And so he is like, habits are the key. Habits are the key to accomplishing things in life. And I love that. And so I'm trying to work on building better habits, even just to, keep my house clean, because that is, a point of tension with me when my house gets really messy and I just don't have time to clean it. And so just implementing, little habits here and there so that my house stays clean. And even speaking of having a teenager, which we all know teenage boys keep their rooms pristinely clean, right? So, we're talking to him about how to build the habits and how to anchor your habits. Like when I take my shirt off, I will put it in the laundry basket and things like that. And so, it's good because Atomic Habits, these are all ideas I've had, but it's sort of, the book has helped put it into words and actually like given me a realistic picture of how to do it and how to implement these things, how to implement these good habits and build these good habits. So I'm really enjoying that book. And then another book I just read, and this is sort of a junk food book, but I read Mercy by David Baldacci. It's the third in the series. And I don't know about you, but I love books or movies or TV shows with like a really strong female character who can kick butt. And so this is the Atlee Pine series by David Baldacci or Baldacci, however you say his last name. I think it's Baldacci. And so this is the third one, and it's, the series features, it's all centered around a female FBI agent, and she, it's kind of cheesy at times where she's in like a rest stop bathroom and bad guys come in and she, puts them all down, does her karate thing and stuff, but it's fun. I like it. And like I said, it's kind of a junk food book. I read good books too, but Yeah, I really enjoyed reading Mercy. I think it's the last in the series, but they kind of left the door open to write another book, so we'll see. But if you guys are looking for kind of just a fun junk food type book series, then that is a good one. And I think that's all I have for our coffee chat today. I don't want this to be too long because nobody wants to hear me ramble on and on and on. But if you guys have any questions, have anything, topics you would like me to bring up in the next coffee chat, I can talk more about Trim Healthy Mama and recipes I'm making, talk more about just raising teenagers. I have an 11-year-old too, who is awesome, but today I just wanted to talk more about the uniqueness of the teenage years. And that is all I have for you guys. Like I said, I want this to be a chat, a conversation, and not just me rambling on. So I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Tell me what books you're reading. If you have a recipe that is Trim Healthy Mama or keto friendly, they, a lot of times there's crossover there for a peppermint mocha. I really, really, really need a peppermint mocha recipe. So that is it for me, you guys. Have a great week. I'll see you in the next video.